7:30 AM on a misty Saturday morning. I'm going to walk up the Lea Valley towards sort of Ware and Hertford, and just really because I want to do a long walk, so come along with me. I haven't really decided on a route yet. It's a question of either. I'd quite fancy going up to Sewardstone and then crossing onto the Lee navigation path there. The shorter route is to go through Chingford via Chingford Mount and then cross the river to Ponder's End. So it's either those two, or maybe it's a completely different route altogether. This is roughly along the route of the old pilgrim path, or one of the old pilgrim paths between Waltham Abbey and Waltham Abbey. Now down along Hoe Street, Walthamstow. Walthamstow Central. I'm having coffee on the hoof this morning. Breakfast on the hoof. Junction of Chingford Road and Forest Road. Making good time, pushing up the Lea Valley, following those pilgrim footsteps in the mist. It's wonderful, it's the old tramway offices here on Chingford Road, Walthamstow, and it sits on the corner of Omnibus Way. The old George Monarch's School, one of the finest buildings in Walthamstow. I've got a pamphlet at home about the history of George Monarch's School and now college. I think it's got quite a long and illustrious history. I'm sure there'll be some former pupils that might have something to say about that. Met quite a few people who went there back in the day, as they say. I mean, it has got quite a almost Hogwarts quality about it, hasn't it? Just crossing the border into Chingford, and once upon a time, what, 50 odd years ago, Chingford was its own borough, as was Walthamstow, as was Leyton, so this would have been my third borough of the morning. Instead, I'm still in Waltham Forest. But probably going a bit too fast actually. I need to pace myself a bit more if I really want to get up the Lea Valley. I don't want to wear myself out before I've gone beyond Waltham Abbey. The old Walthamstow dog track. Really iconic London location, that is. A million gangster movies have been shot there. London, it used to have something like 33, I think, dog tracks, and I believe there are 1 or 2 left. I think Wimbledon's still going, and there's another one somewhere, I can't think where. But all the rest have closed. And that's what they've built on the old dog track. It's a sad sight to see the Royston Arms like that. Seen that pub in all its glory with the drinkers outside in the summer. Now it's about to be knocked down, I think, and turned into housing. The War Memorial, Chingford Mount. I had to decide whether to go up over the hill there at Chingford Mount or take a road down to the bottom of the valley, which is ultimately where I'm going to end up. So maybe I'll go that way. 9:30 in the morning now. It's got mistier as the morning has gone on. Waltham Abbey is my first real destination point. I'll be happy with anything beyond that, really, to be honest. But normally I cross the river here, but actually I'm going to walk further north up towards Sewardstone, which I've only really approached through the forest before. So it should be interesting. So in the winter, this is the last London transport bus stop before you enter into Essex, which is, yeah, there's Essex. In the summer, the buses do run on to the Lea Valley campsite just up here, but it's a seasonal only bus service. I love that. Passing out of London now into Essex, only briefly for a few miles. Instead I get the other side of Waltham Abbey, then I'll be in Hertfordshire. Always a great moment on a walk, a point of departure from the city. I always wonder what it must be like to live here. This row of houses here is right on the border between London and Essex. The misty hills rising up into Epping Forest. It's fantastic walking on that high ground there. A beautiful series of hills that I've walked along. I took you there the other week. And we walked up to Broxbourne, across the uplands. Today very different, along the valley floor. Okay, leaving the road now. Possibly for the bulk of the walk, I would have thought. Apart from a detour into Waltham Abbey. Down a misty mill lane I go now. I've been living in Leytonstone about 10 years now. It's only been the last couple of years that I've started to really develop a kind of Lea Valley regional identity. It slightly mystified me when I moved out here. There was such a kind of encouragement to head up the valley towards Waltham Abbey, and I couldn't really see it. My centre of gravity was the centre of London. But gradually over that time, I now feel the pull up the valley, and the last couple of years in particular I've been walking out here quite a lot, and I feel an immense fondness for it, a real love for it actually. Most of the walks I've done out here I haven't actually shared the videos because I'm writing about it at the moment for my next book, which is about halfway through, and I hope to finish it in 2017. Not 100% sure about that, but with a bit of luck I should finish it in the coming year. And here we have the River Lea flood relief channel. Somebody's tent and their pillow and their sleeping bag here. Abandoned by a path. You do get people rough sleeping along the riverbank. It's very sad to see. Horrible time of year to be stuck outside. A couple of horses just walking along the path on their own. How often do you see that? Oh, he's coming right up to me. Hello. Aren't you beautiful? Oh. I don't have any food for you. Oh no, they're going to follow me. Hello. Right. So I'm now being followed by these horses. They've turned around and they're following me now. Where are you going? You're gonna come with me? I'm going to Waltham Abbey. They've stopped back there, that tree, that must be the edge of their territory. Very sweet horses though. A little bit peckish, might stop for something to eat at Waltham Abbey. I was looking at this iron bridge and thinking it looked like it could be like a railway bridge. And it turns out it was a light railway that serviced the Royal Small Arms Factory, which was over where I think that housing estate is there on the other side. This is the famous Enfield Arms Factory where they manufactured the Lee Enfield rifle. I mean, the Lea Valley has an incredible history. I've covered bits of it in various other videos as I've walked along. But you know, a lot of people say this is where the modern age was born, in the Lea Valley. Enfield Lock. Really wonderfully peaceful morning here, the week before Christmas. Seeing the swans there is a reminder that the last time I was here, I was with Andrew Cotting and Ian Sinclair on the first part of their walk for their new film Edith Walks, which is on release soon, following the trail of Edith Swanneck when she went to recover the body of King Harold from the Battle of Hastings. Rammy Marsh. I wonder what it's like waking up on a boat on a morning like this. This must test your commitment to barge living. The M25, an inevitable feature when you're walking out of London. It's always a real release, I feel, when you pass the M25. A road that for me will forever belong to Ian Sinclair and his wonderful book London Orbital, which naturally features Waltham Abbey. It's a great bit of the book actually, Waltham Abbey. Didn't want to get bogged down in Waltham Abbey and take the detour, so I've just nipped into this McDonald's just off the river. I feel slightly ashamed, but I was hungry. It's almost the kind of landscape you'd expect to find Yoda living in. It's also got a little bit of Mirkwood about it, hasn't it? From The Hobbit. That concrete behemoth poking up through the undergrowth over there is part of the outer London defence ring that was built for the Second World War to defend London in case of German invasion. I saw one in the woods just outside Epping about a month ago, and this is part of the same network of defences. It's quite awesome, isn't it? What I quite like about towpath walks occasionally is that it just removes any sort of decision making. You just get on the path and go. Just keep going, and it can become quite sort of meditative in its monotony. Obviously a lot of the time I really want to be able to meander and go wherever, but occasionally it's just nice just to have all those decisions removed. Just keep going down the towpath. Last autumn I did a walk through that marshland over there and those lakes. There's a series of footpaths that weave amongst the lakes there. It's really beautiful. But I imagine I did it today you wouldn't see a great deal. But it was lovely in an early autumn evening. Such a dramatic landscape in this mist. On days like this, you can imagine the Viking longships making their way up the River Lea. An area with amazing history, great prehistory as well. I'm endlessly fascinated by it. Obviously the Vikings wouldn't have had the benefit of this River Lea navigation. They'd have had the old waterway with its meanders and its reed beds. Ruins of an old bridge. The enchanted lake. If I wait here long enough, the lady of the lake will emerge holding a scalloper aloft. Yep, it has reached that part of the walk where I start to go a bit nuts. Broxbourne's a really lovely place. Somewhere else I daren't dwell for too long. Just had a quick cup of tea, but I better push on, otherwise I won't make it any further up the Lea Valley today. I want to cover a few more miles yet. When I set my alarm to go off at 6:45 AM this morning, it was actually originally with the intention of walking along the new river, where I'm walking now, but to do the length of it from Islington, from the Angel, up to Amwell, just outside Hertford, about 28 miles. And you know what, just thought, oh, I've got to travel to Islington to start the walk. I didn't think I'd have the gumption to make that 28 miles, so I decided just to walk from home in this direction. But I'm going to walk along it here. I don't know, I might follow this now as far as I can until I get tired. Not far from Rye House station now. Famous, of course, for the Rye House plot. Another fine new river pumping station here at St. Margarets. 3:45 PM. Technically sunset, but not that you would know it today, not that it matters. It's mad really when you think that this river was constructed as an aqueduct in 1609 to take fresh drinking water into London. That's a long time ago. It's just over 400 years ago. It's a real relic, isn't it? It's great. A little Christmas manger on the other side of the New River here. Time for a bit of road walking now. Here's my old friend the New River again, after my little detour through Great Amwell. The New River ends at a place called Amwell Street in Islington. Some 20 something miles away, 24, 25 miles away. Yeah, completely lost the lighthouse. I'm walking along the road to, well, I suppose to Ware. To where? Where? I actually had a conversation like that once with somebody. Where are we going? I said. They said, where? I said, where? I said, where? It went on for too long. This is probably a really dumb decision, but I'm going to keep walking along this road to Hertford East. And that's as far as I can go. That's the end of the train line. I've walked well over 20 miles today, probably about 22, 23 miles. I don't know, and that'll take it up to about 25, like a marathon. Feels like a decent amount of distance to have covered. I feel surprisingly okay, actually.